All right, folks, gather around because things are about to get interesting in British politics. Today, Prime Minister Keir Starmer delivered his highly anticipated Plan for Change speech, outlining the next phase of his mission-led government. It was a laundry list of promises, a veritable buffet of hope, with something for everyone. Now, whether he can actually deliver on these ambitious goals, well, that's a whole other kettle of fish, isn't it? But for now, let's dive into the meat of the matter and unpack what Starmer put on the table. First up, Starmer wants to put more quid in your pocket, as they say. He's aiming for the highest growth in real household disposable income among all the G7 countries. Now that's a bold claim, especially considering the current economic climate. It's like promising to teach your goldfish to do parkour ambitious, to say the least. But hey, who are we to rain on his parade? After all, a little optimism never hurt anyone, right? So how does he plan to achieve this economic miracle? Well, that's where things get a bit vague. The speech was long on promises, but a little short on specifics. But Starmer did mention investing in education, innovation and infrastructure, which, to be fair, are all good things. Whether it's enough to make Britain an economic powerhouse, well, only time will tell. Next up, Starmer wants to tackle the housing crisis head-on, promising to build 1.5 million new homes. Now, that's a lot of houses. I mean, where are they going to put them all? On top of Buckingham Palace? But seriously, folks, this is a big issue, and it's good to see it being addressed. But it's not just about building houses, it's about building a better Britain. Starmer also pledged to fast-track planning decisions on at least 150 major infrastructure projects. Think roads, railways, bridges, the whole shebang. This is all part of his grand vision to rebuild Britain, which, let's be honest, could use a bit of a facelift. Of course, the devil is in the details. How will these projects be funded? Will they actually benefit the communities they're supposed to serve? These are all questions that remain to be answered. Let's talk about healthcare, or more specifically, the NHS. Starmer's big promise here is to end those infamous hospital backlogs, ensuring that 92% of patients wait no longer than 18 weeks for elective treatment. Now, anyone who's ever used the NHS knows that waiting is practically a national pastime. So this pledge is music to the ears of many Brits. But again, the devil is in the details. How will they reduce waiting times? Will it involve hiring more doctors and nurses, investing in new equipment? Or will it just be a case of moving the goalposts and redefining what constitutes elective treatment? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. The NHS is a complex beast, and fixing it won't be easy. Chapter 4. Back on the beat, more bobbies on the block. Next up, let's talk about law and order. Starmer's plan involves putting more bobbies on the beat, as they say, with a promise to deploy 13,000 additional police officers, PCSOs and special constables. Now that's a lot of police officers. They'll be queuing up for donuts. But seriously, folks, this is a significant investment in law enforcement, and it sends a clear message that Starmer is serious about tackling crime. But is it just about numbers? Or is it about addressing the root causes of crime, like poverty, inequality and lack of opportunity? These are complex issues, and simply throwing more police officers at the problem is unlikely to be a silver bullet. It's a good start, but it needs to be part of a broader strategy to make communities safer. Chapter 5. Little Einsteins in the making, investing in early childhood education. Now let's talk about the kiddos. Starmer wants to give children the best start in life, promising to ensure that 75% of 5-year-olds are ready to learn when they start school. Now that's a laudable goal. After all, investing in early childhood education is like investing in the future. But what does it actually mean to be ready to learn? Is it about knowing your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s? Or is it about developing social skills, emotional intelligence, and a love of learning? Hopefully, it's the latter, because those are the skills that will truly set children up for success in life. Chapter 6. Powering up the future. The green energy revolution. Last but not least, let's talk about the environment. Starmer is aiming for at least 95% clean power by 2030, while accelerating towards net zero. Now, that's a big goal, folks, a really big goal. It's like saying you're going to run a marathon, but instead of running, you're going to hop on one leg while juggling chainsaws. But hey, we need ambitious goals if we're going to tackle climate change, right? The question is, how will he do it? Will it involve investing in renewable energy sources like wind and solar power? What about nuclear power? And what about those pesky carbon emissions? There are a lot of questions, but one thing's for sure. Transitioning to a green economy won't be easy, but it's essential for the future of our planet. In addition to these pledges, the Prime Minister also committed to reducing both legal and illegal immigration. This is a complex issue with no easy answers, and it's sure to be a point of contention in the coming months and years. One thing's for sure, it's going to be an interesting ride. Stay tuned as we continue to follow the developments of this ambitious plan.